Yo! Hey! Hey. My big fella like, my crazy fella like, damn. And my mic was off. As I said, hey guys, been 2 months, and some people have pointed out that I have not been online in 2 months. Thank you for that. Thank you for verbalizing that I have not done shit in 2 months. I truly appreciate. Yo, welcome back everybody, it's your boy Ace, and in today's video, as you have seen the intro, I was trying to film with another camera and it got really shitty. Let's react to the video one more time. Let's try this one more time, you know. Streamer made 360 mil gambling. Let's see how that goes. I have to put these two together now. Hold on.
I'm here to settle the beef. Guys, as you know, I've been a good boy lately. No fights, just veggies.
By the way, I have gotten this cool ass Batman flask, drink flask. But it's hard to drink.
No beef. Until recently, I got in a little bit of a Twitter fight with the world's richest gambler, a man who supposedly made $360 million gambling and has nothing better to do than go back and forth with me. So I'm here to settle it today once and for all.
I had to go down a level.
I started off a little heated. I called him a dirtbag for making, basically.
So what he said is, what a crazy thing for to brag about. Getting paid 60 mil to gamble. Trainwreck only got paid that because he converted his views into losing for the casino. What a dirtbag, see?
Gambling.
Dirtbag.
And he didn't like that. He came back at me with both gloves off. He said, I thought he, meaning I, was a credible source until I read this.
Oh.
Referring to something I had just written. And to that, I just have to stop it right there and say, you used to think I was credible. Now, unfortunately for him, this is the biggest cope I hear all the time. I used to think CoffeeZilla was credible, but then he talked about me.
Now, actually, one recent hit video came out by a guy called CoffeeZilla, who I actually kind of respected and thought had a brain, but whatever.
I loved CoffeeZilla.
Until he talked about
And then he talked about my thing. We hear it all the time, okay? Let's continue, though. Let's continue. Let's not hold it against him. He thinks I glamorize gambling. Now I know where he gets his news from. He also says, this guy clearly doesn't watch, nor has he ever watched me. Everything he's saying is the opposite of who I am, what I do. Now, what is this in reference to, okay? Well, it's a recent revelation that Trainwreck's made. If you don't know, he's one of the biggest gambling streamers before Twitch banned gambling recently. And just 2 days ago, their policy change went into effect, meaning Stake's #1 employee, Trainwreck's, he just got released from contract, right? He's no longer employed by them because he can't really promote them. And because of that, he decided that, I guess, he's going to come clean and just say, what he made.
I'll release what I got paid since the beginning of my contract. I've been paid $360 million for 16 months of gambling.
Damn.
There you go.
Damn.
Wow. Every time I've heard that, and I've played that clip multiple times, it's still always a shocking amount of money. 360 million.
Yo, think about it. 360 million. And that's 60 months. I promise you, he got like put that 140 extra in it. That's a half a bill. I wouldn't even be mad. I'm set for life.
In 16 months.
I'm just saying, set for
promoting
life.
Stake.com. Now, we'll talk in a second about whether this number's real. It's been a lot of talk. A lot of people don't think it's possible that this number's real, even for the numbers we've heard on Stake.com, which people get paid millions a month to promote.
The fact that Aiden Ross is getting paid $900K a week to gamble on Twitch. Oh, gambling sounds kind of, if you know what I mean, but I don't do that. No gambling here. Haram.
Gambling on there. It's excessive even for that. But we'll talk about that in a second. The point is, I responded to that by saying, because he posted this clip, or somebody posted this clip.
Wait, I want to do a quick math on that. So he made 360 mil divided by that by 16, meaning he made 22 mil a month, 22.5 mil a month. Divide that by 4, he was making 5.6 million a week. Divide that by 7. He was making 800K a day. Divide that by 24. In an hour, this guy was making 33,482. Like, that's almost close to the average yearly income. I think that's 45K a month. A yearly salary of 45 to 50K is the average, and he was making that in an hour. That's mind-blowing.
Saying this, I said, what a crazy thing to brag about, getting paid $360 million to gamble. Trainer only got paid that because he converted viewers into losers for the casino. What a dirtbag. I then say, it isn't complicated, gambling's addictive, it has the highest rate of any addiction, and that people like Train glamorize degenerate gambling. And this is where I lost my spotless reputation with Train, okay? Because according to him, he doesn't glamorize gambling. He calls himself, and I quote, the anti-gambling gambler. I'm not kidding. And if you can tell me what that is, if you can tell me how you can be an anti-gambling gambler, professionally gambling for millions of dollars, 16 hours a day, you let me know, okay? But I do want to take him seriously for a second. That's actually why I'm making this video. Is it true that you can not glamorize gambling while making hundreds of millions of dollars? Is that true? I wanted to kind of think about that for a second. Because my initial thought was, you know, there are probably better and worse ways to do it, but you're always going to be the least dirty of the dirt bags, if that makes sense. It's never really you're never gonna feel good about it. But I wanted to go over, you know, the full case. I wanted to go over why Trainwrecks TV calls himself the anti-gambling gambler. Because in some ways, it is true that unlike other streamers who used fake money, he claimed he used real money. Unlike other streamers who highlighted only their wins, Trainwrecks would highlight his losses, or I think it's Trainwreck.
Do not gamble, idiots. You understand? If you watch the entire context of all my gambling over 15 months, you'll see it as 99.8% fucking losing.
You might say that, okay, that's positive. You know, I can acknowledge that what Steve will do it was doing on Roobet was probably worse than what Train was doing on Stake, because Steve will do it was just kind of faking everything. However, do you know who actually made more money for the casinos at the end of the day? Despite all the claims of being like this like woke anti-gambling gambler? Train. By a long shot. He is one of the top gambling streamers getting paid the most for his gambling content. And we all know why that is. Wow. These business deals don't happen from nowhere. They don't just make up the numbers. Oh, you get 50 million, you get 5 million, you get 1 million. They're based on getting people in the door. You get paid because you get people to play. You can shuffle the numbers around, whatever, but you'll never get, your deal will get canceled if you're not pulling in the numbers. That's just the bottom line, okay? So the very fact that he says that I made $360 million, if that's true, he at least pulled in $360 million for the casino. That's basically that admission. And that's why I'm saying, wow, what a scumbag, right?
So basically, he made people get more addicted than they actually had to be. Hey, if it's a scam, then it's a scam. If you love it, you love it. You hate it, you hate it. Do you care? Nobody gives a fuck.
So this is where I think as a streamer, no matter how based you are, you know, like Trains, you know, he puts in the top right-hand corner of his stream, like, don't gamble, you'll lose. And then the other 95% of the screen is him gambling. I think no matter how much you do that, gambling 16 hours a day, you can't help but glamorize it. Why? Well, because the opposite of glamorizing something is being realistic, right? That's obvious. And showing the reality of gambling would be Train would gamble for about 10 seconds, spending $1,000 a spin and run out of money. Instead, he gets to gamble 16 hours a day or 8 hours a day, whatever he does, for an entire 16.
Yeah, that's it, guys. There's nothing more to it. Don't gamble. Or at least do it the right way. By that, I mean, do not gamble. The fuck did I just say? Either way, see you next time.